And we should be live. Yeah, we're live. Sweet. Alright, where's the tunage? Come on. Free liquid drum. Yeah, I can do like copyright free stuff. I'll bomb you. Don't think there's anyone here. Hey, hello, Nuno. What's up? What's up? Good morning. Good morning, sir. Oh, God, yeah. Literally. I've been on calls since 8 a.m. I'm supposed to be unemployed. What the fuck's going on? Not happy. Do do grind. Bump and grind. Yeah, I might be a bit quiet. Oh, fuck. Ah. Oh yeah. Oosh. Camera going all over the gaff. There we go. Hoo-dee-hoo. Can't see. Oh me. Oh, bad head though. Bloody hell. It's cause I've always got a messy head. I can't be. I can never do my hair ever. It's true. It's far too true. Shit. All right, let's get cracking. Should we start with the obvious one, which is a nice bitty update from Spitty? There you go. Filthy. Oh, people can't hear Spitty, but they can hear me. Ooh. Try again, Spit. Speak. Hang on, hang on. How about now? Can you hear him now? Speak?
Hang on, did you have me muted?
No, I just didn't have the correct device on the output capture. Should be able to hear him now. Come on, it's OBS, bro.
That's why nobody answered me earlier when I said, "Can everyone tell if the sound's working?"
Listen, I'm not a streamer.
Mate, we're influencers now. We have cameras and everything.
Is it working now?
We got to wait because it's chuffing stream delay. Yeah,
Chuffing.
Cool. Chuffing. Right. Bitties.
My bad. Sorry, peoples.
I gotta repeat myself now.
Fuck's sake.
Right. I'm gonna give you guys some free education. Last week when we did the stream, the public stream, we were here and we actually watched during the stream this dildo here, that rising. It was a really nice sustained move for once. And I was saying on that stream that I was still bullish, looking for higher prices. And my main reasoning, which is the same reasoning that I've been giving to the members, for the students, is market structure. So, one thing I want to point out with this, and Bitcoin does tend to print really disgusting price action like this, where you come up and then you start consolidating but upwards. And this is no different to slow bleed. So, for example, like if we've got a good example out of this. I don't think we've had a good example since that. Kind of had here. Basically, a slow bleed refers to when you keep getting good lows, or look like good lows. Price comes down, and then you start bouncing like this. And no matter what, and you'll get a lot of influencers. You normally see it with the influencers, but it will catch genuine traders offside. Okay, this is why we've got a whole set of modules on slow bleeds. And you get people like, oh yeah, cool, I've long the bottom, great, cool, bottoms in boys, bottoms in, and then they get stopped out, and then they'll do exactly the same again. Bottoms in boys, yep, cool, we're going, that's it, moon time now, yeah, and it's so on and so on and so on. In fact, it's just easy doing this. And then eventually they get it right, and they go, oh yeah, see, told you, bottoms in. But this trade then needs to be a 4-hour trade. In fact, it needs to be more than a 4-hour trade just to make up for the loss that they've taken on these previous trades. Now, everyone thinks that slow bleed just means down, but a slow bleed can be up. And this is a classic example. I've seen so many fairly decent traders on Twitter within this, shorting every single rise within this. Every single one. It's come up, it's made a high, and they're going, yep, cool, right, new lows looking for it, yep, cool, and then they've done it again, and then they've done it again, and then they've done it again. And each time they've just been stopped out. And this is what happens in a slow bleed environment. Like, the highs look really good, they look really appealing, it's baited a lot of people, and you've got breakout traders. But it's never broken any structure. Okay? If we stick it on something like a daily time frame here, we look at this. Since that low's been put in, we've not broken any structure. We put a low in, which is on that gigantic golden pocket that we've talked about. We talked about this last week. Where is it? One of these. Oh, there you go. Gigantic golden pocket right there. Bottom one. Since then, right, there's the high that made the low. We've broken daily structure. We've come up. We've come down. We've come up. We've come down. And we've just maintained high highs and higher lows. Okay? So there's no reason to short anything within this. And there hasn't been. And I've been saying the same thing for the members. In fact, there's the... I've been saying the same thing for the members. Like, nearest damn it every single day since that logo got put in. In a nutshell, still bullish. No need to close longs, looking for higher. There's not on this morning stream. In fact, this morning, I'm still bullish. Still bullish, looking for higher. Okay? And it's purely down to structure. Purely down to structure. You got to think, right, where are we delivering from? Right, that big monthly sweep into that big macro GP. And for those that weren't paying attention last week, macro GP, lows, all-time highs. Macro GP. That's a big level. Okay. Well, hi. Hello. Hi, hi. Hello. Hi, hi. Hello. I'm still doing that, right? And until that changes, I'm not really looking for anything lower. So what I am looking for is I'm looking for these range highs here. So, until we get that, or we start to break structure, I've got no reason to be bearish and looking for shorts against what is technically a slow bleed up. And this is what you got to learn from this: is there's no need to jump in because you're just getting destroyed every time. At some point, there will be a turnaround. Yes, it'll either, with a bit of luck, I'll either get this high, comes up, comes back down, changes some structure, get a load of breakout traders off there, which we'll find out from order flow. And then once that happens, cool, it gives me a short trigger, cool. It gives me a invalidation. And then I also have my targets, put down lower. Okay. But until we get up there, I'm not really interested. The only time I'm going to get interested is realistically if we start breaking some structure and start losing. And if we do start losing some structure, then fair enough, cool, I'll get involved in some scalp shorts. And I'm saying scalp shorts for the time being because I still would prefer higher to look for bigger swing trades. So while the structure still points up, I've got no reason to be overly bearish. And that could change, yeah, of course it could. That could change like within this stream. But for now, I got bigger draws on liquidity above. So yeah, that's in a nutshell. I think it starts looking a bit worse for wear if you start coming down for these lows. But for me, this is my big area. This is my major target zone for my longs, for 2 longs. This one I still hold, which is this one here, and then I've still got one from in between, from these. Yeah, that's my Bitcoin update, I suppose, Kick. How about you? What are your thoughts on Bitcoin right now?
Right. That's my thought.
It's beautiful.
Let's have a look. By the way, shout out to the MRU Monster. Says he's finally joining us via L-Bank today.
Good lad.
Good lad.
Another one to teach.
So for me, honestly, I'm not interested in Bitcoin until August. Genuinely, not bothered. Because in August, what's going to happen is in 10 and a half days, we're going to put in a nice big monthly gap there. And I'm going to expect that gap to be hit. So if we do open the month, let's say we come this high and then we come back down and then that's the wick of the monthly, I'd be far more interested in capturing some sort of long off the monthly open to trade towards that gap, because that would be the gap at the time. Or wait for the monthly turn, wait for the reaction from the gap, and then see if we go lower. Realistically, right now, I'm just not interested, and I think this market right now is very slow and laboured. Like, you call that a fucking uptrend. Like, it's pathetic, in my opinion. But do you know what? I've said this a couple of times. I'm fed up with Bitcoin, to be honest. I just think it's not worth my time. I think if you're gonna invest in something, there's plenty more things you could invest in. But I'd rather it show me some significant strength. I mean, I do like the region, but I'd rather see these lows ideally. And I don't think we're going to do anything for the rest of this month. So I'm just waiting to see what August brings, and I'll decide whether I want to trade long at that point or whether I want to see it roll over. I'd be very interested in longing around 50k, and I'd be interested in capturing some sort of high quality trade. But right now, the rotation's just literally it's gone nowhere. We haven't even rebalanced this range at all. Like, it's literally gone nowhere. And for that reason alone, I'm not interested. But anyway,
Can I ask a question?
Go on.
Why do you sound more pessimistic than crypto than I normally do?
I don't know, it's maybe because every fucking crypto person I speak to is an XRP fucking wild man.
Yeah. Hold on to that thought. I might pull that thread later.
Anywho, speaking on that, so me and Spitty are a bit aware that these sessions could potentially just divulge into us shitting on crypto and telling everybody how good Nasdaq is, and that would probably get a little bit old eventually. So what we've decided to do today is introduce a little bit more structure, and that structure is going to be me and Spitty throwing grenades at each other.
Whoa, hang on, let's pull this back. This is going to be you throwing grenades at me.
Yeah. Nah, I'm not going to be mean. We're just going to ask each other some questions. I've got a few things to show him because he doesn't watch the news or anything like that, so he misses certain things. And we're just going to try and stir some conversation. So, by all means, get involved in the chat. If you've got anything else you think would be worth discussing, let us know. But, I don't know. Where do you want to start? Should we talk NQ first, or should we save NQ until after a couple of more? Should we save NQ a little bit?
Yeah, we'll come back to NQ.
Yeah.
What, I know you're dying to throw some bombs at me.
I'm not.
Am I allowed to say that on YouTube? I don't get shit for that.
All right, I'll start with the easy one. New UK Prime Minister.
Yeah.
He wants to drill the North Sea. Fair fucking play.
He
says he does. Fair play. Come on, you can't be this. You can't be this fucking lefty or righty. You've got to be fair and independent, and you got to think. You got to give credit to both sides. And fair play. If he's actually going to do that, fair fucking play, because that needs doing. Because the lunacy of net zero in the UK, for those who don't know, or anybody who's foreigner, anybody who's a foreigner, I mean, anybody who's not British, essentially, the UK pays Norway billions a year to drill the North Sea and buy the oil off of them, when the UK has a better access point to the North Sea, all in this stupid idea of remaining net zero. And do you know what the percentages of the UK's global emissions, like, so how much the UK contributes to global emissions? 1%. Less than 1%. So if the UK went completely net zero, they would only make a 1% difference. So bring the cost of living down, go and drill the North Sea, get a load of fucking cash flowing through the system, and improve the infrastructure of the North. Fair play on Andy Burnham doing that, because that needs doing. And industrialise a little bit more, bring some apprenticeships in, bring some jobs in. Like, I wrote a post about this on X recently, because did you know that the Norwegians have like 340,000 euros or whatever when they retire in their pension pot because of a Norwegian national like sovereignty thing? So like all the money they get from all the oil, they basically handed it back over to the citizens. It's insane. So I'm well for it. So far he's done two things, and I'm fully in for it. So get rid of digital ID and get the North Sea flowing. And now Spitty's going to give the other angle.
Yeah, so I think were the three things that basically promised, which was like the North Sea, there's the digital ID, and there was something else. I'm sure there was something else, something to do with pensions or something.
I think he's going to, pensioners. I think he's changing the tax brackets, because I think he's raising the 12,000 tax brackets, like the no tax-free bracket. I think he's raising that because some pensioners have been dragged into it. So,
I'm going to say what I normally say, and I say this about anything in life. I believe it when I say it.
Yeah.
I think, for those that aren't necessarily in our group, or that have witnessed me ramble and rant for the last 5 or 6 years of doing this, I have a mantra in life where I don't trust anyone. Throughout my career in business, before anything else, I've had my fingers burnt by so many people that you would consider trustworthy, and then they turn out not to be trustworthy. So it basically made me a little bit hardened, where I don't trust anyone until they prove me wrong. And at that point, then I'll start to trust. Now, you get, no matter what politician you're looking at, whatever side you're a fanboy for or not, really, it's not good sitting on the fence these days with politics because you're just getting more trouble for that. They're all liars, and they're all out there for their own career politicians. That's where the term comes from. And so far, I can't see anything different. He's made promises, but it's whether they get delivered. I think that's my stance.
Well, I think
don't think they will be delivered, but I'm happy to be proven wrong, because if I am proven wrong, that means, all right, fair play, he's doing something decent.
Yeah, that's exactly my stance. Like, come on, like, if he's gonna try and actually do what he says, fair fucking play. Don't shoot him down for trying. And you look at the state of this country, and it's mostly because of idiots who are career politicians who have no idea about the real world and literally went to private school to learn how to debate, and they go to the fucking House of Lords and they do all of this all this point scoring and fucking rambling. Have you heard them fucking and shooting each other down and that? It's like, fuck off. Like, where is the problem solving? So he's making the right noises, and he's a northerner. So I'm pretty happy with what he's said so far. He just needs to deliver, doesn't he?
Yeah. That's all it comes down to. It's whether he does or not.
So the other thing I was going to mention on this, because this is a nice tangent. Have you ever heard of the Fabian Society?
No.
I would have thought you'd know about this. So the Fabian Society are like a left-wing sort of like think tank. They're like the the secret societies of like these various institutions. I just want to show you. Look at their coat of arms, and they reckon that like Tony Blair and things like that, he was well involved. I saw this on. Check this out. Look at their coat of arms. So this is some sort of like Labour Party sort of like under secret sort of society that like Keir Starmer and all that.
Come on,
look at that.
You shout at me for being a tinfoil hat, and
look at that.
Coming up here with chuffing.
Look at that. That's a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Exactly, but that's what I'm saying. You have a go at me for wearing a tinfoil hat.
Mate, I thought you'd like that because you are a tinfoil hatter.
I do, but they're all part of the same chuffing cult, aren't they?
All right, go on then. Right, you throw something at me then. Go on.
I got no to. You don't get triggered.
You can trigger me. Come on.
I'm the one with the high blood pressure here. I get triggered by everything.
I'm not trying. We're not trying to trigger each other. Come on, something must have happened.
You know full well that people love it when I get ranting.
Yeah, he's cut VAT off energy prices today. It'll save the average household £45 a year. I feel better off already. I wonder what I'll spend this week's 86p on. To be fair, that's like 2 cups of coffee at Starbucks.
Ridiculous, isn't it, now, getting a coffee? Absolutely ridiculous. Never buy a coffee when you're out.
Come on, this is supposed to be a backwards and forwards. Just say something. Give me something.
I can't.
Give me something to work with.
The only thing I'm going to throw at
Give me a dad joke.
What?
Give me a dad joke.
I don't know any dad jokes.
You're a dad?
Yeah, I might be a dad. My whole life's one big dad joke. I want to know what's the most popular cryptocurrency that you find the average Joe holding, and why?
Honest to God, I speak to people. I get it through like when I went to Spain. My mum and dad were like, "Oh, this fellow, he's a diamond dealer. He wants to speak to you about like trading in crypto and that." And I'm like, immediately, I knew. I bet you he wants to talk to me about XRP. It's 4 coffees and workshop. I was like, I bet you he wants to speak to me about XRP, and of course he did, right? Of course he did. And then he tells me he's got $750,000 basically sat in it, and he's been holding it for a few years. And he told me this. XRP is the average Joe coin. He told me this here. Literally here. Like in this area here. I was in Spain last year around August, July. Might have even been September. So it was around this area here. I just said to him, bro, just take some fucking money out. Just take whatever you put in, just take that back out, and then it's house money. Bro. Spoke to a guy in the gym. Gave him the same thing. I gave him the most simple box in the world. I was like, you do not want it to lose this box. I did this on my phone. I was like, as long as it holds this box, you should be okay. And it went phew, straight through the box.
Oh, that massive liquidation wick.
Mate. I spoke to him about this. I was like, did you shit yourself? And he was like, nah, I'm holding forever. I'm not going to be scared out. I was like, fuck me. He had his mum in it. Apparently his mum had like 15 grand in it.
How do they do?
And then the other day, I got a new boxing coach, and he asked me what I do. It's like, well, I'm a trader. And he's like, funny enough about him. So he's obviously into fucking XRP as well, and he was telling me how they wouldn't have all these partnerships unless they were going to actually do something, and, you know, it's going to be what this whole new financial system's built on. It's all going to be built on XRP. But to be fair to him, do you remember back in, like, in the 2013s or whatever it was, when they used to do like competitions, and then they'd give away like $1,000 to first place and like 2,000 Bitcoin to second place and things like that?
Yeah.
He went to a kickboxing competition and they lost through like some contentious sort of like foul or whatever, so he didn't win the kickboxing competition because of something contentious, so he got in a big huff. And when they said to him, well, here's your 100 Bitcoin for coming second, he's like, fuck off, just give me the money and all this. In 2013, he basically said no to 100 Bitcoin. Wow. And that's when he became obsessed with XRP shortly after.
Oh god.
So every fucker I speak to in real life, every one of them talk about XRP, and it's just infuriating, bro.
It's true. No matter who I come across. Well, that's why I don't tell people that. It's like, it's one thing, like, so chat. If anyone ever asks you what you do you ever tell them that you're a trader, or do you ever tell them that you're in crypto? I'll be honest, I don't. In real life, I don't bother. I just say I work in finance. Because it's so much easier to say that. And then you don't get the average Joe. I'm trying not to abuse XRP people today. I said, oh, have you got XRP, bro? And it... Yeah, I don't know, it seems to be a subject. I just don't like telling people I'm a trader. Never have done.
You get a lot of people saying like, "Oh, trading. I always could do that. I'll get into that as well." Like, people just think it's that easy. You just get into it and you just make money.
So, I bet you make millions. No? Yeah, I know, but I saw this one kid though on YouTube, and like, you know, he's got a Lambo, hasn't he? You know, and he just bought a few XRP. No, it don't work like that. That's not real trading.
Imagine they're all right and XRP is the future. I don't know shit about it. Is it possible?
Is it possible? Yeah, anything's possible.
Yeah.
But is it gonna happen? Very high probability of not.
Like, fair play, but you got to think of it like when you're a trader, you realize like who's getting fucked. Like, it's a real fucking sick sense of like operating, but like essentially what you're looking for is people to be getting fucked. You want to see people longing tops and you want to see people shorting bottoms, because it gives you as a trader a better trade. It gives you confluence in order to trade the opposing direction. You need that liquidity, you know what I mean? So when you think about it like from that angle, why would they enrich every fucking idiot on TikTok with XRP when they're more likely to be the ones holding the bags and getting fucked? I just don't see it. I just don't see it personally. But if it does, fair play. Fair play.
I'm not going to say fair play. Honestly, I think, like, you know, stick my chart on.
But
like, if you look at XRP, like, excuse that. Hang on. Get it all out. Thank you. You know, if you look at XRP, just think if you've been holding it for all this time here, and this isn't to shit on XRP as a whole. It's to be fair, it's to shit on anything. Anyone that holds something for 3,000 days. How many years is that? 10 years. It's 10 years, isn't it? Damn it. Right, to hold an asset for 10 years, and most likely, I know there's going to be exceptions. I know there's going to be some exceptions where people only bought in here, or only bought in here, or only bought in here, or whatever. But as a rule of thumb, if you just consider it an average rate, in fact, so we can do this even better. Can I put a volume profile on this one? I can't. I don't think I've got anything older. XRP, USD. Give me Binance Spot. Thank you. Old shit. Right. Let's just do that. Right. So we know the bulk of people. Transactions are down here, but obviously we can see a lot here. And let's say you bought. Let's say you kind of bought on the crash in 2018. So you bought XRP 2018 during the crash. So you were waiting for a legitimate pullback because I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt and say that you're smart. Okay. So you bought it there, obviously with the thought process of the next bull market that comes, just like Bitcoin and everything else, it's going to make a new all-time high. Right. So then you hold it for nearly 10 years. And after 10 years, you're back to where you bought it. So 10 years of holding number, right? This is the equivalent. So like crypto bros and all crypto influencers will tell you the same thing, because in a sense they do have some relevant education when it comes to money and monetary value. Okay? If you stuck 10 grand in a bank in 2017 and then left it there to this day, yes, you'd have been collecting interest, but that interest wouldn't have outpaced inflation. So you would technically be down. Right? Put in that same 10 grand into XRP back then, where we are now, you are still technically down. You've lost out on inflation as well. Okay? It's no different. You might as well have stuck it in a bank. At least you wouldn't have had the highs and the lows and the heartache of all this crap. But we're better off, not financial advice obviously, but sticking it in an ETF following the stock market, because there's so many other assets that outperformed this massively during this period that it's a bit daft to put the money in XRP.
But the whole value idea, or the whole value thesis to XRP is it's going to do something one day. It's all hope. So your whole strategy for this is hope. And if it does explode, like it did, like it really fucking moved, and you're not booking profits.
Yeah, it's your perfect time. 530%.
Look at that all-time high sweep, by the way. Gosh.
That's beautiful. That was a short entry on it.
You shot that, yeah.
Look at it. What is it? No. Boom, 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 boom. Is it on that one? Yeah, still on. 342. Yeah, beautiful. Nice little cheeky sweep. Oh,
You're a disgrace.
I just love shotting crypto highs.
Mate, that's last traded price 2.1. It's well lower. That money shot.
Oh yeah, that's it's an old screenshot. It's still going. That's right. It's still going. I can't, for some reason, every time I try to log into Bybit on my computer now, it don't let me in because it says that I'm in England and it don't like it. So I have to do it on my phone. But yeah. Oh, that one there. Yeah, there you go. There's an updated version. That's the old one. Yeah, and that's, I say, I'm not shitting on XRP holders there. I'm shitting on anyone that's holding something that's massively underwater for such a long time. It's pointless. It's pointless. You're not being smart. In fact, if anything, you're being a sheep because you're getting carried up in a narrative that's not real. And it's a narrative that... if you want to post content, right, if you want to become a crypto influencer, I'm going to say this. If you want to become a crypto influencer, the easiest way to gain a massive following, two things. Tell everyone that you're bullish, regardless of what happens with price, because that's what everybody wants to hear. because everyone's underwater, and also talk about XRP. Do dedicated videos, do dedicated TikToks, do dedicated short form content. Just talk about XRP, because by doing so, you will gain a big audience.
But you will lose your soul in the process.
So yeah, next course that we're going to release, Cake, we'll teach people how to become an influencer.
Let's have a look at the stock market, eh?
Have a look at SpaceX.
Oh, you mean that one I told everybody not to buy?
Yep. Smash the likes, people. It's clearly not enough likes.
So I did a stream on this when it first came out, and I've been talking about it for a while, and I literally said, I think we'll get a little bit of a meme, but I think as a long-term play, we will see lower prices. And the simple theory behind that is we've got so much more of the float, so how much shares that are going to touch the public market still to unlock. So for me, I just expect this to just keep going lower and lower. It honestly wouldn't shock me to see below 100, because by the time we get to August, that's when some of the big unlocks happen, and you're probably going to get a bit of a vicious reaction there. So yeah, I'm ready to buy this thing. I'm just waiting for time. But like, look at it. This was the top of the this was the top of the market. And now this, though, this is an incredible stock that I definitely want to own. 100% I want to own this stock, and I'd be willing to hold it for decades, in all honesty. But I want to get a good entry as well.
Once that point of control, a good early sign for this, that volume profile that you've got on there.
Yeah.
Once that point of control starts shifting to the lows, wherever it starts consolidating.
Yep.
Good sign. You've got a lot of contracts exchanging hands. And you can start, I'm not necessarily saying you start buying then, but that's when you start witnessing potential not low time frame, but high time frame bottoms being formed. Doesn't necessarily mean it won't make a new low after that, but it's normally a good sign. If you zoom out on any chart macro, you'll see where the point of control is at the start of a move.
I've got a question for you.
Go on.
If you had to put all your money, right, in one or two bets, and you only get one or two bets,
Again,
right? One of two bets, and you only get one or the other, right? This is a hypothetical, right? So you have to play ball. Would you rather put all of your money into XRP or all of your money into ETH?
Oh. 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 Oh.
Go on, everybody in the chat, what would you rather do? I'm curious.
XRP. Oh, I thought you were going to throw in SpaceX in there.
No.
I thought, we're going to get some legitimate, because that'd have been an easy answer.
No.
XRP, oh, you fucking hell.
You have to hold it for the rest of your life until you're 60. Oh shit, I've just lost me earphones.
How much of my personal portfolio is going in this?
Hang on. Sorry, go ahead.
How much of my personal portfolio is going in this as a percentage?
100%.
100%?
Yeah.
Fuck. Oh, God. Oh, God.
Everybody's
Am I allowed
saying
to
ETH.
sell at any point? Am I allowed to take profits?
You have to hold it until your 65th birthday.
Right. So, hang on, how old am I now?
He's 40.
Right, so I've got 25 years. Oh, God.
Yeah.
I'll be gone by then. Fuck. ETH.
ETH.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Both of them, I would be very confident will be worth zero in 25 years. I'd be very, very confident.
Do you know why ETH?
I'm gonna say ETH because other stuff is built on it, and ETH at least has ETFs attached to it.
It also has Trump. That Eric Trump's proper into it, isn't he?
Yeah, but Trump won't be in power.
ETH, but then
Unless he turns it into a dictatorship, which he could do.
ETH, but then a new Epstein's flight log comes out with Vitalica's name on it, and ETH goes to 0, and then I kill myself.
Oh, can you imagine that? Can you imagine Vitalik being on that list?
Fuck's sake.
He'd be sat there picking his nose on private jet, wiping it on side.
Right, I need to try and fix me earphones because they just died on me.
Oh, mate, don't worry about that. That's why you need wired headphones. Alright, let's see what chat says. ETH, but both are crap. ETH. Oh, God. If you had to put 100%, you'd be better off paying the Priory for treatment. That's true. That's true. I just couldn't do it. I could not do it. At all. If you make it viable, like, say like SpaceX or Nvidia or something along those lines, then that'd make more sense. But when you put in two abs,
well, that's why it's a fucking conundrum.
yeah, it's horrible.
Alright.
Where I would want to stick my money next time round, energy.
Energy.
Yeah, because I think that podcast that you got me to listen to for the not a podcast, it was a video about AI.
Which one?
The one that we talked about this morning, the Andre, whatever it's called.
Oh yeah. China Bubble. Yeah.
Yeah. That were interesting because it does make you think that realistically the currency right now, and I think Elon's talked about this before. I think the currency right now it's not the graphics cards for AI. It's not the data centers. It's the power. It's the power. That's the ultimate currency. I mean, it technically always has been because the richest in the world are the ones that control the oil or the gas.
Yeah. That's why we need to drill the North Sea.
Yeah, exactly. But that's the only true wealth is energy, is power. So whoever comes up with the next way to generate power, whether that be solar panels, batteries,
Waves.
Waves.
There's a Swedish company who've got these buoys, and they like sit in like a fleet, and they're all like in series in a circuit, and like inside the buoy there's like a pillar, right, and then like like gears and like converters, and it like moves up and down this pillar as the waves move it up and down, and it generates electricity from it, and then all of them in like a big batch, they all like go to like a converter. Wave energy, bro. That's the one.
I think that's where the brass is going to be. I really do.
Well, go to the North Sea, drill some oil, use the money to build infrastructure, and start building out renewables that are actually half decent instead of fucking going and buying your wind turbine blades from China and importing it, and buying fucking imported oil from Norway. It's just lunacy.
To be fair, if you are talking about UK specifically, we're knackered anyway because our infrastructure can't deal with it.
Exactly. So upgrade the infrastructure. Upgrade it.
You'd literally you would need to rip the whole thing out, which not only has the cost, but it's the fact that how the fuck do you do it without basically rolling blackouts on everyone?
You get a load of oil money and pay the bill.
Basically, everything starts with the North Sea and ends with the North Sea for you.
Exactly.
I like it.
Anyway.
Who else votes cake for Prime Minister? Get him in.
Ondo's moving. Do you want to do some? Do you want to do charting on Ondo? I think Colin mentioned that last time.
Yeah, is this one from last week? I think it is, isn't it? I'll look at Coinbase because it's easier. Ooh. Let's just get all old crap. I've got millions off it. All right, let's go. I'm not giving away any trade secrets.
Yeah, that weekly looks a lot better, mate. Nice expansion off the weekly open there. Looks
like
like
that
three.
rounded bottom.
Yeah, is that not 3 waves though? Right now, my retard wave's kicking in.
Yeah, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I think we're into a 3 perhaps. Hang on. 3, 4. It can't be that because it overlaps. But how do we do a decent count on this?
I think you can do a decent count on crypto.
A, B, C. No.
That's some sort of.
That's disgusting because it all overlaps. It's corrective. It's corrective. No matter how I look at that, it's corrective.
Is that not a diag?
What's that? God coming down?
Yeah.
3. 2. Possibly.
Thing is, what you've got here as well is you've got this internal monthly here. Probabilities did favour the low, but you've had a really, really nice expansive move in the last so many days. Fair play, mate. Like, I've got nothing wrong with crypto in general. I just think the opportunity costs is too high at the moment. But there's gonna always be cryptos out there that do these nice little moves. But it's just whether you want to, like, what you want to do. Do you want to just put some money into something, park some money into something, and just hold it because you believe in it? Or are you going to go all in and be a maxi? Like, fair play, parking a little bit of cash in something you believe in. But day trading this kind of stuff, I don't think that's particularly worth it. Like, as crazy as it sounds, you do see moves like that in the stock market quite often.
2618 comes over. Does slightly cross, but I'd forgive that. So you could, since those lows, it technically has broken rules. That I've no idea. E2 is going somewhere within this. E3. Somehow we're getting a 4 in there. And then we're looking for a 5. Now, if there's any hardcore eliticians in here, yep, fair enough. We've got a 4 and a 1 overlapping, and I'm going to completely ignore that because we're talking about a very illiquid asset here. Where, you know, you open a 10 grand position with a 5x leverage, and all of a sudden you actually see the physical candle move on the chart. Because there's no liquidity in crap like this. But, if you're praying for a 5th, there's your praying part. Realistically, the beauty of this setup is, for any Elliott Wave traders or that don't know Elliott Wave, your 4 is not allowed below this line. A little kiss on the line like it has done here, fair enough. But the beauty of it is, like, for example, if you did get in any of this, you know, you could have waited for a structural break or whatever, then it's really easy because your invalidation is actually these lows. Even if you think it's going to go up from where we are right now, your invalidation is still these lows. To create then, in turn, a new high. And I think if it does create that new high, probably do arguably a 2 from 4 to 3, so somewhere up here, most likely. It's not pretty. It's not pretty. But effectively, that's what you'd be looking for. If you are holding for another high, that's what I'd personally be looking for if I was. Them as well, sorry. Hang on. 2, thank you. Right, there you go. If it does decide to have a bit of a parabolic run, if it genuinely is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's really simple because you don't want it coming back down below there. Because if it comes back down below there, it's not a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you know my way of trading, Colin, I think you do, then you lose this line, then this becomes my target. But yeah, if it does get a bit of momentum out of here, I think your first major resistance is this. It's going to be 66, 67. Flip that. Yeah. Starts looking better. And start looking for different rotation up. But I think that's your major resistance. Outside of this channel, don't get me wrong. Obviously, locally, you are up against local value very high as well. So, don't go blindly long in shit. Yeah, but I know you're in a position from lower, because you were talking about it last week. So, yeah, it's simple. That blue line is super important. If it is genuinely a fresh impulse out of this. If it's not a fresh impulse out of this and that blue line gets crossed, then I will be looking for those lows to go. Yeah. No. Right on.
Right on, right on, right on. Did we hit that gap yet? No, not quite.
Which gap? Talked about NQ yet? Come on.
No, we haven't. Alright, so on NQ, I've been bearish on this monthly. I think I said this in a couple of the streams. I'm looking for this monthly gap to be filled. We did come down and hit that gap now. And I'm looking at this as somewhat of a range. I like the rotation that we've had from these lows. And yesterday, I made a 9% probability prediction. Won't tell you exactly what it is, because I'd be giving away some nice alpha. But yesterday, I predicted that we wouldn't be taking the low. Even though probabilities favoured the low, I thought we would continue up at least. So I'm looking for this daily gap today, at least. I want to see that. Maybe we see it tomorrow. And then my ideal situation is we start to do something like this. Come down. I look for that 200-day moving average, this 50%. That's like my ideal situation. But it really wouldn't shock me if we broke above there and we continue higher, because you look at all this liquidity that's been built up on the way down. So many equal highs. Like that one was absolutely bang on equal highs, wasn't it? You got a couple here as well. Got loads of equal highs, loads of liquidity up here. It really wouldn't shock me to see this just go monthly gap, up we go in 10 days time. So 10 days, we turn over into August. It really wouldn't shock me to see something like that in the new month. On the daily today, we caught a nice short on our London Open live stream. I caught a nice 4R trade. It was right there. So I was trading down from the London Open, waited for the top to form a little bit more, looked for the expansion away, and we came down nicely into a 2 a.m. open, which was a nice wickless candle. So I traded that, and yeah, it's just been chopping around ever since, really. Not really interested in it. It's my first trade on my live account, so Top Step have made me a live trader now, which is so much fun.
Yeah.
But yeah,
all
just
of the rules.
All of the rules. Nah, to be fair, it's the same rules for payouts, so I'm not that arsed. But yeah, I'm just looking at this as a real serious draw right now. I want to see this 29 mid 200. I want to see 29 240-ish. I want to see that. Whether we get it today or tomorrow, I don't know, but I do want to see that at least, and then potentially we can start to look at it coming down again. We could be in some sort of 3-wave here. I don't know. I'm the retard Elliott Waver. But yeah.
I still like higher on. Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, you look at it from this perspective. You've got the value area low in this local range. You swept out range lows. Why couldn't we just go to the top of the range?
Yeah. It could just be simple ABC down. That's it. Done. Oh, new all-time high next.
A, B, C, like that, and then off we go. Yeah. It really could be, couldn't it?
Yeah. Arguably, I think that's actually the easiest scenario.
Just front run the 1-to-1. Yeah, I like it.
This...
Yes.
Perfectly.
Oh, wrong high. That pivot.
They're a perfect tap.
Oh, yeah. Lovely.
Absolute perfect.
I think we can done from here. NQ also took PD high. It took PD high, but it hasn't got into that naked gap yet. I believe bottom of NQ was TPO NPOC. Ooh, really? Do you want to check that one out, Spee?
Oh, hang on. Romananki was TPO and Park. Let's have a look at that. I'm curious. It was it definitely was a T-Pock. A V-Pock, sorry. Sorry, I remember this. So, have you got my chat? Oh, you got my screen on, and you're cool, right? So, yeah, so we were actually waiting for this level for quite some time. Just because it was this perfect one-to-one. I had one of my big green juicy boxes on this for ages. And this is why it's nice when Cake and I line up on ideas, even though our styles of trading couldn't be more different. If we come to the same agreement on level, normally it's a really good level. And as you can see, we came to the same agreement on this level. So I had this one-to-one down here, Cake had a monthly gap down here. But we also had, we had this naked point of control from Tuesday the 5th of May. But I want to see if it's a T-Pock as well, because I'm curious now. You got the old brain ticking over. So it's this one, isn't it? Is it a T-Pock as well for me? Oh, my T-Pock's lower. Is it that one? Hang on.
It hit that bang on, didn't it? Bosh.
Yeah, my T-Pock's lower from that one.
Nice V-Pock, though.
Yeah, it's lovely V-Pock, yeah. My T-Pock's down here. Depends on your TPO settings. I'm very anal with my TPO settings.
You're very anal.
I'm very anal. I'm old school.
Classic bum boy.
Yeah, with this one, wasn't it? It's this where it came down to, and it was the X. My T-Pock's down here.
Yeah.
We've had so many discrepancies. So many discrepancies down here. That's what happens when you get volatile markets.
I think we can double from here. NQ also took PD high.
Is it taking it finally?
Well, it took PD high, but it hasn't taken Monday's high. Sorry, Friday's high. Because we've got that naked daily gap that I want to see reacting. Plus, look at it again on my screen. Like, look at where we are in terms of value. We're still pretty... If you look at this as a value, we're low in value. So, shorten right now before you've reacted off of this draw. For me, that would just be a no-no. If you've got a solid reason, fair play. I just think with New York session coming on and London session closing probably around this region here, more than likely New York's going to run London liquidity. So I think this is a real high probability zone. Whether we go straight through it or whether we react off it is a totally different question. I just believe that there's a very high probability we will hit it. So if it was to roll over from here, that would be something I would never get involved with in terms of a short. And that's just my personal opinion.
We could have some sort of,
Could be some sort of ABC, couldn't it?
Yeah, I'm thinking this could have been bigger picture. It could be a flat, so you'd have, that's the high that came off the low. So if you came down, up, I turn that into a flat. So I'm curious now. 1, 2, 3, 6. Did it come into a 382? Yeah, okay, 382. So you could have a 382. You'd have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You could. So then we're going to look for a relationship between these two. That dominant low. That. Going to do that to that to that. You nearly put into 786. Oh, you are up against the 786. But yeah. By definition for me, I would have a resistance zone there. For that reason. But arguably, I prefer that one-to-one. And the reason why I prefer that one-to-one with a slight throw over is because I've got a one-to-one and I've got a naked V-Pock from Thursday. But arguably, I prefer that.
Plus, look at the day so far.
We've got single prints. Oh, we do. We've got single prints.
Yeah, it's a fucking power. It's a strong move on the day, and fading a strong move is very difficult.
Yeah.
And if we are going to fade a move like that, I want to see some serious liquidity taken out before then. But is that not a trending move?
Yeah, if New York comes in and holds these two, then it's a trending day, which means, yeah, I would not be interested in shorting until we get to New York PM.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless. I prefer to be looking for longs if it did pull back.
So I'll just go back on my screen then. Look what we've got. When you said look at ES, well, yeah, ES is actually weaker right now. Because ES, we've got SMTs here. But by that logic, ES has got more room to go. It may look weaker right now, but trust me, when New York comes online, everything that's happened before New York is almost meaningless. When you read tape data and you look at the volume, you realize how much volume goes through this bad boy. So if they decide to send it, oh baby, she moving. That one's for you, Spitty. Can you apply double distribution to NQ, or is it just Bitcoin? Both?
All assets. All assets. I can't wait. Oh, we've got questions coming through on Twitter, haven't we? Yeah, double distribution is a it's TPO, so it's blanket TPO. It's not tied to an asset. Don't get me wrong, some assets respond way better to it. Like, for example, I won't play double distribution on oil, as an example, because oil's just a screwed up asset. NQ, Bitcoin, amazingly, anyone that knows how I trade or has studied my material knows that I will up my risk on Bitcoin for a double distribution day because it's arguably my favourite setup in the whole world. Most profitable setup. But NQ, yeah, it does happen. But on NQ, you need it to be very clear. Very, very, very clear. And before anyone asks, no, today's not double distribution day.
Potential trendy day.
It's a potential for a trendy day, yeah. Yeah. Kind of funny, I think I popularised double distribution days. And I know that so some of our guys then went and took that into some other places.
Give it its real name.
Boobies.
Boobies.
Oh, because then if we start doing that, then we're going to sound like ICT, aren't we? We're going to start rebranding common trading terms.
I told you we're going along the cult route now.
Oh, we are, yeah. I want to be a cult. Come on, guys. Does everyone want to join our cult? Are you eating?
No.
I can hear the plate. He's always eating, chat. He's always eating. To be fair, it's a unit. It's huge. He dwarfs me when he comes over. I mean, I am technically a very small 2-foot bear. Lion! Welcome, Lion. Long time no see. Speaking of which, students. Another one of ours. Far too many French students, that's the problem.
British are too lazy to learn.
True. People want to learn from British people, I don't get that.
Right. I've got a dad joke.
Oh.
Where is it? Only you're gonna get this because it's only French people in the chat. But
Cool.
did you know the Scouser who invented the bulletproof vest just died?
Oh.
R.I.P. Kevlar.
Oh God, no. Fucking Scouse. Fucking Scouse.
Come on, give me a dad joke. Come on, you must know one.
Honestly, I don't know. Told you, mate. I literally sit in my little tiny office. And I go downstairs and I grumble at my kid and I grumble at my wife. And then I come back and sit in this tiny little office.
Terrible.
It's my life. Or I go to the gym, sorry, at 5:30 in the morning as well.
Well, I knew this. This is why I pulled some clips from the internet today, some highlights from the internet this week.
Oh God, come on.
Do you like Robbie Williams?
Robbie Williams?
Yeah.
To be fair, we're a good entertainer.
Let me. Ready?
Go on.
Check this out.
Oh god.
See that? That just fell out of his nose. Watch what he does. Watch what he does. Grabs it. And then sticks it to his fod. Watch this.
Oh, come on.
How good is that? I mean,
Oh.
come on, mate.
Come on. I thought, but didn't he tell everyone that he would be on all that?
Coke bogies on fucking national television. Brilliant. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Full on sugar buggers coming out. I love it. What a guy. Legend.
So
Oh, wow.
busted. So busted.
That's terrible. Oh. Have you got any charts that you want to look at? I'm feeling in a good mood. I'll do some charts.
I'm going to put you in a bad mood.
Oh, come on. I'm feeling in a good mood today. Come on, what are you putting me in a bad mood for?
I'll do it on the Ondo chart.
Uh-oh.
You see this?
Oh, God. What's he doing now?
He got arrested.
Oh, it's going to put me in a great mood.
Look at him. Look, what is he wearing?
Grifting little twat.
What is he wearing?
Oh. What was that guy? There was that guy that kind of looked a bit like him when he ended up dancing. He kind of went a bit more viral than he did. He now looks like him.
Yeah.
It's like the tables have turned.
Well, that's the funny thing. So, like, the UK government chased him across borders. So he's been arrested by the UK government in Miami. But I saw sort of post on X, which was quite funny. It's like, it's extremely hypocritical for UK cops to chase the Tate brothers across borders for alleged crimes, while also allowing Pakistani Muslim grooming gangs to assault thousands of British girls. Like, come on now, you're chasing the Tate brothers across borders.
I mean, to be fair, like he'll say, "Oh, it's the Matrix," and it's because they don't like it that I'm putting a backbone in boys, but at the same time, they're utilizing, shall we say, in the nicest possible way, allegedly, girls and making money out of them, and then also speaking to boys on webcams and stuff. I'm like, come on. You created this whole OnlyFans apocalypse of young boys that are all mentally ill now, and then you're trying to fix it at the same time. I can't stand Tate brothers.
I mean,
grifters.
His only good message is go to the gym and fucking try hard. Go and fucking try and build a business. Obviously, it's funny because he's built like a fucking lollipop. He's built like a lollipop alien, and he's a fucking scam artist, influencer. But his message, nonetheless, is kind of positive, I would say, in that regard. In that isolated viewpoint, go to the gym and fucking try and make something of yourself. It's a better message than sit at home and accept benefits, isn't it?
Yeah, no, I get that.
Mm.
But if you didn't put that stay at home and accept benefits, then I'd disagree with him. Anyone that like promotes like the whole hustle culture. Like, most people can hustle.
We've had a really good question. Sorry, go on. I interrupted.
It's like... I'll come back to that. Oh, what's the question? Any takes on upcoming single stock futures?
Have you heard about this?
No.
Have you not?
Are they opening futures on all these single stocks?
For CME.
Really?
Yeah, baby.
I knew we do this.
Uh-huh.
I don't know, but I'm liking this.
Would it affect order flow as now institutions could hedge those through CME? I mean, what it potentially does is it makes certain things a little bit more complex because the Nasdaq's more of the aggregation of the lot of them. I mean, we still check in on Nvidia here and there, But with futures contracts, there may be a need to go and check, like Nvidia or an Apple, with the biggest companies and what their weightings are. It potentially does change the landscape quite a bit, but for me, I'm not particularly worried about it. What do you think, Spur? I think it's opportunity, really, isn't it?
I don't think it's a bad thing. I think, from a personal point of view, it's my view on this is very similar to like. A lot of you won't have been around back then, but if you were, you'll remember like when crypto started going from spot only to futures and perps and things. And it was like, oh, it's bad leverage, not good, terrible. It's a terrible idea for people that can't trade, but if you can't trade, you shouldn't even be trading spot.
But leverage means more money.
Yeah, exactly. On one hand, yeah, it's just another way to extract money from the general public and to basically bait people in. Because you got to think, right? Stockholders, right? They're not profitable for brokers. It's like spot holders for a crypto exchange. It's not profitable for the exchange. Okay, so we use exchange and broker. It's the same thing, right? It's not profitable for them. So what do they want to do? They want to encourage you to trade. They want to throw things. They want to throw opportunities in front of you. So therefore you do, because the only time they make money is when you open and close, when you buy and when you sell, because then you got that fee. Okay? And that's the same with stockholders. Stockholders, yeah, they're smart people if they're doing it right. But the brokerage houses can't make much money out of you. So therefore, introduce futures, and yeah, cool, it can tempt you to trade a little bit more. And I think for the average Joe, I think it's a terrible idea. Because he's basically giving a lot of people a legalized way of gambling. I know, like, for example, for a lot of Americans, you guys struggle to find places to gamble.
Well,
So,
Polymarket's the loophole, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. It's only a loophole because the higher powers are making decent money out of it.
It doesn't technically count as betting though. It's prediction market, so it's more like a stock. It's more like a futures market, isn't it?
Even though it's 100% insider trading.
Well,
but that's my point. So it's like, personally, I think it's great because I think it's another way that you can go in and you can trade individual stocks. Cool, long short, happy days. Cool. And obviously the settlements and everything else that come along with it. I think for the average Joe, terrible. They lose money. But I prefer that idea than the whole 24-hour market idea.
yeah,
I personally like it without the whole 24-hour market idea.
Yeah, fuck that.
I like the fact that I can switch off on a weekend. I can completely detach. And yeah, crypto still runs, but I swing trade crypto, so I don't really give a crap.
But how do you see it affecting the day trading though? Like when we're analysing the low time frames?
I don't think it'll make much of a difference. I really don't. Will some assets change their personality? And by personality, just to clarify for anyone that's new to me, is every asset for me has a personality. And you'll see this, you'll get like, so for example, it's why you can't ever give a blanket answer. Oh, always use this EMA, always use the golden pocket, always use the 0.5 fib. Because it doesn't, not every asset does the same thing with the same levels. So some of these assets that have historically reacted to set levels might start changing a little bit and the personality might get skewed. Aside from that, honestly, I don't see it making much of a difference. Yes, big houses will find a way to manipulate it and make some money out of it. Is that true manipulation that's going to come for your $10 stop loss? No. That's just because you put your stop loss in a stupid place. Yeah, that's just my 2 cents on it.
Right. Another topic. You ever heard of the Kospi?
What?
Kospi. Neither really had I. I had looked at it slightly once, but I mean, look at this. This is the Korean stock market. Yeah,
Korean stuff. Everyone's been like banging on about this.
I've just recently looked at it.
It's just like to Rover and all.
Have they been looking at it?
Yeah, it's great for attention apparently, so that's why they've all been posting about it.
Well, there's an interesting sort of dichotomy going on right now because the argument is that this is potentially AI driven, and like their AI bubble is potentially popped. Pardon me. So this is potentially like that first domino in the US AI bubble popping, but at the same time, we've had the largest ETF inflows like ever into this market recently as well. So this is either a fantastic buy the dip opportunity, and normally when you do see big horrible sell-offs and the big scare of the market comes in and you're at peak fear, that usually does signal a bottom. So this is either going to be a fantastic bottom or it's a sign of future things to come as well. So it's an interesting sort of topic, this.
I do like a fantastic bottom.
I'll say.
Let's have a look.
Have a little gander.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, the Korean ETF just had its largest ever inflow. China's Star 50 also recorded its largest ever inflow.
Yeah, significant is that.
But the bear case was that Samsung and SK Hynix, they equal over 56% of this index.
Yeah, a lot of this is going to be tied into RAM,
memory.
Well, memory and storage, effectively.
Yeah,
storage in general. Funnily enough, I've been digging out all my old hard drives if there's any life in them because I've refused to buy new hard drives when they're so fucking expensive. The thing is when it does start to go, I think it'll go catastrophically. And I think, to be fair, like even just looking at this chart, I know nothing about this at all, so I'm not going to pretend to know what's going on. But like purely from a chart stance, that's a very vertical line, and it kind of, in a sense, it reminds me a bit of what gold looks like in a weird way. In fact, it does look like gold. So I would say the same thing. I'd be looking between somewhere down 5.5 on that. I think that makes sense. Because it genuinely does. If it don't stop there, then I'd say 4. I think it'll get a relief rally at some point soon. But quite frankly, I can't see a world that it don't come down here eventually at some point. There. It's where it's stopping here. I'm on a daily chart here. Have we got my screen on? We have got my screen on, haven't we? We're just in this thin zone here. Super thin zone. I think realistically, where it's clustered is down here. No, I'm not drawing this on as an order block. I'm drawing this on to simplify it. I don't subscribe to order blocks. Like if you just you look on this on the way up, you've got like some decent structure formed here, which is very similar. Again, this is why I'm saying it's a bit like gold in a sense, because that's like the triangle on gold that's around 3.5 grand. And you've got obviously this bigger correction here, and then obviously you come up then to do a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the way I'd be looking at this is basically, I think any sort of big ass 3 wave that comes, if it does happen like this, it'd be nice. If not, then straight line down. If you got a big 3 wave up, then I'd be looking then to sell that back down into that zone or that zone. Just keeping that really simple.
I think the narrative of this being the first domino in the
Yeah.
AI bubble kind of thing. I think that's certainly a narrative that'll probably shake the market a little bit.
Yeah, that I do, but and I think it's all going to tie in because I think it's that domino effect.
Yeah.
All it takes is China to be able to destabilize American AI, which they already are starting to now.
Yeah.
They've not really done it until this point, and I think this whole Kimi is it K3.
Yep.
I think this is now unstabilizing because America's already talking about blocking access for Americans to the Chinese models and how dangerous open source models are.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be honest, it's not dangerous. It's just they want to build a narrative saying it's dangerous because they want you to use their expensive ones, which don't make any money. So I think all it takes is that, and then China to also then do what they do best, make it way more efficient. And once they make it way more efficient and then starting to cut down the requirement for so much RAM storage, then it'll start tumbling. So that could like literally be your A wave of your fun time down, and then you come up for your B, then you come down for your C, and effectively that's your whole like AI bubble popping, it's doom and gloom, yada yada yada. And that's what'd be nice. Plus, you've also got to think as well is the fact that there's I think there's two new Chinese RAM manufacturers. It's only a little bit behind now the US. So once they go live and start pumping in supply into the market, all the SK Hynixes, your Samsungs, and everyone, their stock's going to drop like a stone.
Well,
they're going to be left with so much inventory, it's unreal.
Yeah, like look at this. This is the Samsung chart. It's basically the same.
Yeah, it is. It's basically Nvidia is Nasdaq, Samsung is this.
Yeah. And it was funny, we were asked a question about memory stocks, weren't we? And our response is we think it's being commoditized and it's a race to the bottom for memory.
Yeah.
So it's not a valuable commodity. Obviously, you've had the hype, but that's probably a big reason you're seeing this is like everybody wants cheaper memory right now. And it's a race to who can get the cheapest. That's the issue with it at the moment. Same with token usage and token pricing. Again, race to the bottom. It's being commoditized. So really, really, we need to start thinking about narratives for the stock market. And what is the next narrative? Realistically, is who can actually turn their token usage and their capex spend on all of these AI data centers and all these tokens that they've spent. Who can actually turn it to real cash? Who can turn a profit? And they are going to be big winners. Big winners.
Yeah.
And it pains me to say, but Meta might be one of those because they have such a fucking grab hold on people's attention. And they're able to monetize people's attention so well with their ad services and Meta and things like that.
And I think you've got like a big. We were talking about this the other day, weren't we? You've got a very big divide between like Twitter people, or X people, and Meta people. The two don't mix very well, so it's kind of like if you've got like a whole audience that kind of follows Elon Musk around with X, and I'm not saying if you're on X, it's because you love Elon Musk. It's normally because you dislike Zuckerberg.
Or you just hate Instagram and everything it stands for, like me, which is literally attention sucking. Like, it's so good, the algorithm. Go on Instagram for 5 minutes, 20 minutes passes. Like, it's ridiculous how good it is, and it's scary to me. I hate it.
It just locks into you, and obviously whatever you've been saying as well, like before you open it up. I think that's why I can't see Zuckerberg cornering a massive portion of the market. And he can have a bit, don't get me wrong. I don't think he'll ever take over in the space like he once did when he first started Facebook and whatnot. And that's because it's no difference between like Team Blue and Team Red with American politics.
Yeah.
People are so split and it's such polarized views. Like, and I'm kind of the same. I fall into that. I'm not with politics because I'll be honest, I don't give a shit about politics. But with using products, like I do not have Facebook. I do not have Instagram. And it's because I don't trust that slimy cunt. Like, I know my data's going left, right, and centre. It's why I've just moved over to Linux from Windows. I want a little bit more privacy in my life. That's why I personally can't see Zuckerberg. He can carve out a chunk. But whether he does it successfully, I'm not sure. I don't know if I agree with you on that one.
Oh, Robbie Williams done an apology on X.
That's it. Very sugar bugger for her now.
The sugar buggers, mate. Colombian marching powder.
Trading Nasdaq on breakout is huge game changer. Oh yeah, no, that is true.
Yeah, you look at the feed below us. At some point, there'll come a code. You'll get the best offer on there.
If you do want to trade on breakout, we have
There it comes. Here it is, breakout prop.
Yeah, that timing. So yeah, apparently now.
I think you're more than 25%.
But we've had the announcements come through. That you can now trade Nasdaq on breakout, which I think's massive.
It's almost like it's almost as if we've been trying to tell people for the last 12 months that cryptos appear. They're crypto shit to day trade, and that you should probably trade something else. It's almost as if the people who actually have some influence and say in this thing agree with us.
It is. It's like ever since crypto kind of, and this isn't since then. Okay, this isn't just saying, oh, bear market vibes. Okay, this is since then. It's like ETF went live. Well, they all went live, all the ETFs, right? Crypto fundamentally changed. Okay, and since, I'd argue what? In fact, since you came over, when did you join? When did you join Spitfire?
October 24.
October 24. So, it might as well be.
Yeah, it was just before we got a really good bull market. I remember it. We were smashing it.
So here, and ever since then, we've slowly transitioned from being crypto only to, I'd argue, more legacy market than crypto. Crypto turned into swing trades mostly, apart from the don't get me wrong, there's the occasional decent day trade setup. But most of our guys, like most of our students, have realised that there's way more value in the stock market and it's so much easier to trade futures. So, like, we've been banging the drum for this for ages and we kind of got ignored by everyone. And it's kind of funny, like, crypto exchanges ignored us, everyone ignored us. Twitter ignored us, you know, look at us numbers on YouTube. We're kind of like, went flatlined. It's kind of funny because while all other paid groups and all the rest of the influencers all screaming crypto, and we just kept quiet in his little corner. All those guys have shrunk massively, and now here, finally going, oh yeah, we now do stock market analysis, and even though they ain't got a clue, bless them. And they're finally starting to catch up when you see all these crypto exchanges now introducing, you know, stocks. Check out, you know, I'm not going to slag them off because, to be fair, I actually like them as a platform. I think they're great. You know, finally playing catch up, and you know why they're doing it? Because there's no volume in crypto anymore. Nobody's interested in trading crypto.
Well, not
all our guys, all our students have been transitioning over this whole time from 100% crypto into a little bit of crypto here and there, but mainly legacy markets. Now, right now, everyone's finally playing catch up. I just find that quite entertaining.
Hate to tell you, I told you so.
That's it in the world.
Alright, so what else we got? Yeah. Ecky's asking how the pump's going. Should we check on the old girl? See how she's getting on.
The old girl, what's she doing? Big chunk of selling at top of that.
Go on, you get your new sexy indicators on. New charts. I'll have a little look. Yeah, it's doing well. You're in the midst of some nice expansion on the daily so far. It's looking good.
Let's have a look. There we go. I've got a bit of MMT going on. It's beautiful, is this?
Oh, where is it?
Oh.
There you are.
Okay, so we might actually end up with a double distribution day today. Don't get me wrong, I'm not. It's not perfect. In fact, actually, no, it's not. It's not perfect at all. Not like that. You just got a bunch of single prints down here. You have a Paulo on the day, though. It's quite interesting. Something to be aware of. But Spot's horny. The rest of the market's horny. The inverse are a little bit slow and delayed, like usual, because, you know, who trades inverse chart? It's all fairly healthy. It's exactly what you want to see. You know, price is moving up. Open interest is moving up. Delta's going up. Everything's going in the right direction. Don't get me wrong. That doesn't say that you can't have a strong pullback, and you will at some point. But yeah, if we're just looking on here, there we go. Nothing really stand out here, to be honest. You got no real standout walls where people want to take profit. Because I think the next big one was a lot higher. What I remember the other day when we were looking, 26 million at 80k. 80k is a big level. But yeah, so far for me, it's a healthy move up. Don't get me wrong. I said this, and I said this to the students. You know, that can change. It can change very easily. Right now, that is healthy. It's a healthy move up. First sign of weakness for me will be losing this down below daily open. I think this could actually really run. Genuinely run. I genuinely think it's going to run. I really like these highs. Really do like these highs.
I mean, they're the obvious liquidity at this point, aren't they?
Yeah. It's a nice zone. Really nice zone. And then it's a big question is, are we in the bigger flat? For further downside, which is effectively what we've done every single time. There as well. Or we're finally doing something a bit different. That'd be nice. Personally, I like to do something a bit different. Even if it's a relief bounce that lasts a few months. I don't care. Just do something a bit different. It's getting a bit boring now. Let the bulls have a little go.
Yeah, let them have some fun.
That's rich coming from
me. Ecky's asked about NQ. We haven't hit VWAP in quite a while, so I would quite like to see VWAP taken out. I think that low is absolutely beautiful. But yeah, you've got that naked 4-hour gap there as well. So, we're already taking the 4-hour high, so we'll see if we get there before 10 AM or before the open. We are opening in an hour or so. So yeah, I don't mind. Don't mind this as an idea, potentially going higher. Daily OSB indeed. I was looking at it this morning when I took my short, because obviously we're looking at this being previous day high. But I still like this as a region, as a draw. So if we do get a nice move down, maybe something like that would be cool. I think we have some singles here as well. I'd just be really cautious about this potentially rolling over, just with the nature of the market right now is a little bit sketchy. But in general, I'm a little bit more bullish than I am bearish, considering where we've come from. So I want to see this daily gap at least. If it would roll over from here, it'd look very weak. And at that point, I'd be looking at taking this low out and then coming towards maybe this little demand zone here. But this would be my next major zone where I really want to buy some stocks, because that's a daily 200 EMA, some liquidity around the 50% of that move up from April. That would be a very nice place, I think. Invert that and we tapping that ass. Yeah, we invert that gap. Invert that. Break through all of this fucking horrible volume and then break all the way up from here and take out all that. That's the ideal, isn't it? But again, I don't think that'll happen until maybe 10 days time. I'm more curious to see what August brings, and it being the summer period as well, I'm kind of pulling away from risk in the market at the minute. I think mine and Spitty's best ever month was September, was it not? In our journal,
I can't remember. Was it?
I think it was our first month, or was it October was the best?
I think October was the best. I think. September, though, historically. Again, if you followed me for any length of time, September, I always bring on about September. It's my birthday in September. And historically, it's when the markets start to turn around.
Yeah, look at this. So you can. This was when we started the live streams. You'd see we made 53R in that first September, and the next one we did 74.5. Absolutely wild. So that period of time is when the market tends to be really, really like expansive and tends to offer some amazing trades. So I'm starting to look towards those at the minute. And you can see just from our performance across the rest of the year tends to level out at around 30 odd a month. But hopefully we can get a nice big old spike and some movements in the first quarter of the school period, I suppose. Because everybody goes back to school, goes back to work after summer, September. Everyone's starting to, gear up for the last quarter of the year. So, yeah, it's always an interesting time.
I'll have a good one, mate.
Thanks for coming, dude.
Key Spit, are you a Libra? Virgo.
Yeah.
Virgo. Virgin? I wish.
You're not a butt virgin. What? Alright. Anything else from anybody? Otherwise, we'll wrap it up.
What time is it?
It's fucking...
Wow!
Yeah.
That stream flew this time.
It's been a long one.
Guys, do you want us to do more of these? You like these live streams? You find them useful?
Well, maybe Spitty can bring something to the table next week, but we mix it up a little bit and bring some other topics to discuss.
It's going to ask me to look at the news, isn't it? Terrible. I don't want to look at the news.
This video just appeared on my feed.
I feel. Look at my cake. Love it. Do.
Sal's going nice if we're lucky to have a war tweet from Trump, yeah. Let's see. Best of luck in whatever position you're in, bro.
I think it's one of those things, isn't it? I think we said this morning on the stream this morning. We've all become numb. The world has become numb to the war tweets now, to the war news. It's like there's still all these bombs flying. The market's not really reacting that badly to it anymore, like it was at first. And it's because everyone's becoming quite numb. But
yeah, it's gonna take a heavy context switch, isn't it?
Yeah,
like something nuclear or something that radically shifts the narrative.
Yeah, I think it's got to be a big new thing.
Mm-hmm.
I said the market, we're just numb. Did that far out sweep the high? Oh, it did, didn't it?
Yeah.
I didn't realise that it did. Could have a bigger pullback. There is a nice far out gap below it.
There is indeed.
Gibbity gip.
It's just unlikely that we go and get it in
And to be
this
fair,
hour or so.
top starting to look rather rounded
This one.
on NQ. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we might be looking at a 3-4.
Why not? All value is below us.
Yep. So if we have a nice little ABC down. I've already got the A leg. Working on the C right now. Could be an interesting New York session, actually.
Yeah, you got the 2 coming in around the VWAP there.
Yep.
And that liquidity there. That's actually a really nice zone. I really like that. That as a zone is what Spitty would call compliments. That is really nice. 15-minute 200 EMA, VWAP. You got a nice hourly low, and you got 2 spot extension on the potential 3-wave down.
Send it. Full send. I like that. Express be soon. Cool. Right. Well, boys and girls, it's been an absolute pleasure. So we will wrap this up, and same time next week.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, we're gonna keep these in the schedule for this time each week. Just make it a recurring thing. And hopefully have something more interesting to talk about as well. We'll see.
Cool. Been a pleasure.
Happy days. Have a good one, day. Have a good one, day. Have a good day, everyone.
Cheers, day.
Cheers, day.
Easy bye,
See you.